Hello everyone, we will continue the topic SAP ABAP New Syntax, and in the previous videos we started with new features of Open SQL as a part of SAP ABAP New Syntax, and we already covered the feature. Now whenever you are writing a Open SQL query, the separator between the columns is comma. Now all host variables must be prefixed with @ in the Open SQL query. And what are your host variables? All data objects in the Open SQL query are called as your host variables. This internal table is a host variable. This select option is a host variable. Now I received query from one or two people. They are saying why you have not put @ with this work area. See, whatever the data objects you are using in the Open SQL query, they must be prefixed with @ all host variables in the Open SQL query must be prefixed with @. We are not using this work area in the query. If you are using this work area in the query, you all know work area always stores single record. If you are going for select single and you are getting the record into work area into this query, then it must be prefixed with @. Now we are not using work area in the query, so it should not be prefixed with @. Simple, all data object, all host variables of the Open SQL query must be prefixed with @. This is your host variable. This is your host variable. And what are your guest variables here? This VBELN is a guest variable. S_VBELN is a host variable. This VBAK is a guest variable. This internal table is a host variable. One-liner understanding, all data objects are host variable. This is a corresponding guest variable for this host variable. This is a corresponding guest variable for this host variable. Now we will move on to the next important feature, and whenever we will do the practical, you will realize it's very easy now to achieve these kinds of requirement. Now, what is our next feature of Open SQL as a part of SAP ABAP New Syntax? Now, in the Open SQL query itself, we can use the conditional statements like case. In this query itself, I can use the case statement. Now, what I will do, I will take a requirement. Firstly, I will show you through old syntax. Then I will show you through new syntax. And you will realize in the new syntax itself, it is just a fraction of task. But based upon old syntax, we need to write so much code at that point of time. Now, what is our requirement? Now, from this VBAK table, I will go for fetching the data of 5 columns. We'll firstly understand the requirement, then we will achieve firstly through old syntax, then we will go for the new syntax. Now, suppose from VBAK table, customer want the data of these 4 columns, plus what customer is saying, if the sales document category, is C, it must be, the description must be internal order. If the sales document category is other than C, it means it is not equal to C, it will be a external order. Customer do not want to display this VB type. Customer want that description. sales document category description, or we can say description itself, order description. If document category is equal to C, then it should display internal order. If the document category is not equal to C, it should display external order. Now, if I will go to the contents and show you. Suppose I am putting some test data. Suppose I am going for 70 to 80. I am putting some sales document number. You can see, suppose I have this sales document number. If the document category is C, how it will display? This, this, and it will display, because document category is C, so it will display internal order. Internal order, internal order, internal order, internal order. For this, it will display external order because document category is not P. Similarly, external order, external order, external order, internal order, internal order. So this is our requirement. Customer want the output of 5 columns: sales document number, date, time, username. Customer do not want document category. Customer want description. It is internal order or external order. It means we will go for this. We will check. We will fetch this document category, but we will not display. We will display the description based upon this document category. Firstly, I will show you through old syntax. Then we will go for the new syntax. In old syntax, we need to do so many steps because we will fetch the data. Then we will simply go for the description after that. But in the new Open SQL syntax, in new features of Open SQL syntax, we will simply go for case in the query itself, and it will make our task easy. So what I will do, I will create a program, and in that program, firstly, I will show you through old way. If we don't know that, we can use case in the query itself, how we will achieve that requirement. So I will go to SC38 transaction code. I will give same to same name, but just I will add here underscore case. It means in the new Open SQL query, in the new features of Open SQL, now we will go for conditional statement case. I will go for create. I will give that title. Suppose I will write demo on new features of Open SQL. And we will go for case. I will choose the type as executable program, and I will save this as a local object. And whatever is there, I will simply copy paste from the previous program. Our input is same to same. So I will take this select option. I will activate this, and I will provide the selection text also. Go to text elements, selection text. I will choose DDIC reference. Done. So our input is red. Now, as of now, I am showing you through old syntaxes. So I will go for same to same. I will declare structure type, internal table, work area, everything I will do through old way. So I will simply copy this structure type first. Now in this structure type, now I have to add another column also. What is another column? Sales document category, VB type. So this is your VB type. Now, this is the data element. If you do not have the latest system, you will find that this data element VB type only. It does not matter. Anyways, you have to go what is in your system. Now I will declare internal table and work areas. Because as of now, I'm showing you everything by old way, old syntax. So I will declare internal table and work area explicit, so that the comparison will make more sense. Now I will also write the query by before 7.4 syntax, before ABAP 7.4. This is the query. Now rather than 4 column, now we have 5 columns. What is fifth column? VB type. I will go for activation. Now, in this internal table, you have the data of the 5 columns, but you do not want to display VB type. We do not want to display VB type. If VB type is C, we want to display internal order. If VB type is not equal to C, we want to display external order. It means from this internal table, we will firstly pass that data to another internal table which has which do not have VB type column, or we can say which has another column in which we will display internal order or external order. So what I will do, I will go for another structure. Because I do not want to display VB type, I will simply take, suppose the name of the column is description. Suppose I am taking a SAP predefined data element, suppose character font. If you see, this is a SAP predefined data element which has a domain of character font. Now, from this internal table, now I will fill another internal table. This is your LT data 1. Suppose this is data 1. Now I will go for another internal table and work area. This is my new internal table, new work area, new work area. Now from this internal table, I need to fill this internal table. How I will fill? I will write loop at LT underscore data into LWA underscore data. For every loop, there is a end loop. Now, these 4 column, they are matching. But based upon VB type, we need to fill the description. So how I will write the logic here? Now I will simply write. Suppose here I will write move corresponding LWA underscore data to LWA data. As of now, I am doing everything through old syntax. Once the topic will proceed, I will show you the new syntax also of move corresponding. As of now, I am going for new open SQL features only. Yes. Move corresponding this work area to this work area. Now just see, in this work area and in this work area, how many columns are matching? 4 columns and 4 columns are matching. It means that data of these 4 columns or these 4 columns will simply move. Now we need to go for this 5th column. So how I will write the logic? I will write if work area hyphen which column? VB type. If sales document category is C. Now what we need to do? This new work area hyphen description. We need to go for which description? Internal order. I will write internal order. Just see how much logic we are writing to achieve this requirement. Else part, I will simply write LWA description is equal to external order. If that document category is C, we are going for internal order, else we are going for external order. Now, your data is in new work area. How it will go to new internal table? Append statement. In future, we will go for new syntax of append also. As of now, I am only targeting Open SQL. Means queries. Append work area to internal table. What is your internal table? LT data one. And what is best practice? We should always clear the work area. Now, many times people will say corresponding does not have good performance. Why you have written corresponding? In that case, you can go by this also, one by one. Suppose work area hyphen VBELN. This is your work area, VBELN. From one work area, you are passing it to second work area. Same way, you can write for other columns. VBELN, ERDAT, ERZET, ERNUM. Generally, we avoid corresponding. This is your ERDAT, ERZED, and this is your ERNUM. So rather than this statement, you can go by this also. With the help of move corresponding, it will move all the matching fields. Anyways, VB type and description is not matching, and we have written the logic for the same. So if you do not want to go over corresponding, you can go for this also. But as of now, this is we are using the syntax before ABAP 7.4. Now your whole data is in this internal table. And in this internal table, you have these 4-column data also. You have the description also. Now I will simply apply a loop and display. Loop at LT data 1 into LWA data 1. For every loop, there is a AND loop. Now I will simply go for write statement. LWA data 1, what is first column? VBELN, LWA data 1 ERDAT, LWA data 1 ERZED, LWA data 1 ERNUM, LWA data 1 hyphen description. I will check the syntax and I will active. Just see, we have this kind of requirement and how we have done. Firstly, we need to fetch the data. That is true because you cannot write description here because description column is not in the table. So firstly, you need to fetch this sales document category. Now, based upon the value of sales document category, you need to go for the description. If C, you need to go for internal order. If it is other than C, you need to go for external order. You need to pass the data to new internal table and then you are displaying. We have done so many steps. Now, whenever we will go for case into this query itself, there is no need to do all these things. We will directly get the output. So in the next video, I will simply replace this select query. In the select query itself, we will go for case. If document category is C, I will go for internal order. If document category is other than C, we will go for external order and we will simply display. So what is the summary of this particular video? In this video, we covered or we are covering now a new feature of Open SQL and extremely useful. In the query itself, you can use the conditional statement like case. and we have took a requirement that customer is saying if sales document category is C, it should display internal order, else it should display external order. Now, in that case, you need to firstly fetch the sales document category. Your data will come into one internal table. Now, from that internal table, you need to fill another internal table based upon the sales document category. Then you are displaying. Now, in the next video, we will simply learn how to replace or how to remove this particular logic and write into this query itself. So that part we will continue in the next video. Thank you.